Okay. Om. Namaste. Welcome again to this very, well, it's an important part of our Sunday satsangs that many letters, many of you gather now that many letters come to us, and I don't get much chance to look through all of them. I do eventually read them, but some were selected today, so we'll see what they are. And we'll try and get through a few of them. Welcome back also to the friends who have been joining us via internet, and hope we will find something today that is relevant to everyone also. This is one of the beautiful things about it. Because it used to be that people were writing emails and I would just be answering one-to-one each time, and then it was suggested that I just open it up, because however private you may think or special you may think your own stuff is, there are many, many people who can identify, and then somehow it seems to be relevant for so many, if not everyone. So let's start with this. Let me see. Okay. Dearest Mooji, please empty me. I will do my part, whatever it takes. Yes, 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 yes. This is my intention and my offering in unending gratitude, Mark. Yes. Yes, 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 yes. Yes is yes is enough, because it's such a simple expression from the heart. It's just a simple expression from the heart, like, I'm here. I am here for this. And I am not putting my projections in front of this. I'm simply here, and I'm very open to this self-discovery. Then, if you are empty, and grace will help you to be more empty, then it will bring you. You don't have to worry about tomorrow or yesterday. Just move, and you'll find that there's a sensitivity in your way of perceiving, and something will come through this sensitivity, a sort of some inner energetic way of perceiving life, and real beauty and joy comes through this. So just carry on like this. You say, please empty me, I will do my part. Your part is just to keep in the attitude of, yes, I'm open. And when some insights come, simply register that this is also an opening, and be grateful for that, and say, okay, just take everything and bring me back to my original being. This is very good. Beloved Mooji, in the last weeks, my mind seems to be trying to bring back every terrible moment. We know, don't we? I know that I'm not the mind, not my thoughts, nothing, but I feel despair. I am 17 and I'm a very anxious person. I'm so tired of all of this being a person, even if I am not really one. You are my only hope. When I remember you, I feel that pure state again, but after that, I feel lost again. I want to lose the sense of I completely. Dana. We don't have to lose the sense of I completely, because as long as you have a body, and the vital breath is in the body, thought activity will come. The sense of I is not a bad thing. Simply don't give it to the mind. If you don't give the sense of I to the mind, it stays as pure intuition and pure presence. This is not a bad thing to be, because presence perceives very clearly, very evenly, very harmoniously. The person does not. So A shift from the position of person into the state of presence is the most auspicious transformation. So be open to that. Don't say, "Oh, I give up I," because you then have to be another I to give up I. So just say, "Okay, may my I be as pure as to not be identified with so much thoughts and feelings, but be the witness of them and detached witness of them." This is the best. Dana. Dear Master Mooji, if I can have a chance to say something to you, the main thing I would say is thank you. Since there is so much to thank you for, today my thank you is for the beautiful exercise of how to go to the heart on your video. I don't know why it works, but it works. It was just the mantra needed for the day. My life will never be the same after you. I am full of joy and peace. Humbly, Linda. Beautiful letter. Because we showed a simple exercise that anybody can do. And I say like this, that it is good that if you, in the morning is good also. You get up, if you're in your own space, you can just go about very quietly, very gently, just looking, and keep your hands like this, just like this. And just in this posture, just go, just looking, and just say thank you, thank you, thank you, walk, thank you, thank you, thank you. When you're in this posture, no arrogance can come. No pride can come. Just moving lightly around. Say thank you, thank you. Thank you to existence. Thank you to God. Thanks to truth. Thanks to the self. Just moving. Thank you, thank you. This, even for a few moments. It wash out all nonsense. It's not a thinking. You're not thinking, "Oh, I should do this." No. Just thank you. Just like this. Simple thing. Here is someone who has done it and have found great peace and freedom in it. I like these simple things because sometimes the mind or our culture make what is original to us seem far and remote and difficult. I say this is just the mind, it's not true. You are yourself, you are the self. We have to somehow win yourself back from conditioning, from the way that we have been educated to believe we are just we're like cattle almost, limited by so much false concepts, while in your heart you are the unlimited being. So sometimes these simple exercises, they're like a mirror that you look in again to remember. But I'm just here. Plain and simple. Nothing sophisticated. No big dramas. So beautiful. You're home. You don't need a bus. You don't need a bicycle. You don't need a aeroplane. You don't need a ship. You don't even need legs to be home. Clear understanding only. Clear knowledge. Dearest Mooji, I have always loved the analogy of the moth flying into the light and being dissolved. I have prayed that I too might fly into the light and dissolve into God. What a beautiful thing. Today it came unmistakably clear. I am the light that the moth of person dissolves in. Pop up. First you identify I'm the moth flying, must fly to the light, get dissolved. Now it become clear I am the light itself that the moth of the person flies into and is dissolved there. Isn't it a beautiful thing? Hmm? Immeasurable love and gratitude for such grace as you are. Love, Jean. So beautiful. So beautiful. You see how powerful concepts can be. You see? Why identify as a wave when you can identify as the ocean? Huh? Why identify as a cloud when you can be the entire sky? Conditioning, sometimes upbringing, wrong identity, always impose some limitation to treat ourselves, we are the body. And the people who, there is no single person responsible for it, I have to tell you. So don't go about trying to blame the politicians or nothing. They also believe they are the body. Sometimes we think, oh, these people have control. Which people? All believe they're the body. It wasn't started by people. It started by consciousness. Consciousness creates this play, this dream, and manifested all these bodies and entered into them and believed itself to be a person, to experience this dream as though it is true, only to wake up again and say, ha ha ha, ha, it was all my play. If you see it like this, because the mind and the person always want to blame someone. It has to blame somebody. It can't stand not to blame somebody. But when it is consciousness, when it is God, you're going to take God to court. You did all of this. And He will ask you, and who are you? And you'll have to say, I am you. You are me. You are done it. We did it together. And He will say, we who? Huh? How arrogant. Beloved, my life is a beautiful blessing, and I always felt it, but never trusted that it would take care of me, even though it showed me every day how much I am loved by God. When I heard you speak, your words had a different fragrance. I love you for liberating this child of God. This trust in my true nature was the final step for me. Nothing can disturb the nothingness. Traveling without moving, grateful for this deliverance. I pray, beloved Father, let your eternal grace shine through me. Life taking care of life. Oh, what a joy seeing all this beauty unfolding in front of the I Am. I am with you in this satsang. That is life. Eva, but she put SH in front, so it's pronounced Shiva. The name is Iva, then they put SH, they say Shiva. Always vigilant. P.S. Iva Kampotik. Very nice. Dear beloved Mooji, I am so blessed to be able to join the retreat with you from home. It is an amazing gift, and with every satsang there is more silence, more space, more emptiness. The longing for freedom, for awakening into the self, for getting closer to my divine, is so strong and intense now. It feels all other wishes are gone. But there is only this wish from my heart to become free. Words cannot describe this feeling, but I hope and know you sense it in your heart. Mooji, in devotion and kindness, I ask you to help me on the path of liberation. Please guide me to the real life. I bow to your lotus feet in endless love and gratitude. Sigrid. Yes. It's all happening, unfolding in the play of awakening. I say the play of awakening because when it is completed, this play of awakening, you find that you've always been awake. This is a funny thing. I've always been awake, but I dreamed I was sleeping. Need to be awake. Who else but the one could create such a mystery? I don't like to talk about God because when you talk about somebody or something, it means it's not here. So we talk about it. But our very talking is happening in the God presence. God is not other, not elsewhere. This is God. But God is not limited to this. God is the unlimited. He's best discovered inside your own heart. There is Mooji. It is with tremendous gratitude and love that I'm writing to you. I went from being a regular person going about my life until somehow, by grace, you appeared in it and thankfully and beautifully ruined everything. You burned my world of inner identity, not to ashes, but to complete vaporization. Well, that's very good. No trace, all momentum lost. I am only here, not as something, but as nothing. Not as a person, but as timeless presence, my Lord. My life, and in bracket you put work, marriage, parenthood, childhood, etc., has been freed from the influence of mind and are flowering as a result of your guidance and support. That's beautiful. And you also will continue out of your own light to guide. Also, this is written by Jesse. Will also guide by your own light those who come and who are open, and from your own authentic understanding, you'll find that somehow guidance or whatever form, it could just be a hug or whatever it is. You don't plan these things, that's the other thing. It simply unfold out of your presence. You see. My life, that's work, marriage, parenthood, childhood, has been freed from the influence of mind and are flowering as a result of your guidance and support. I return to you over and over and over and over when anything comes up, as it does, but it's not me. I am only you. Same, from before time began. Who speak like that? Who can speak like that? Who has the confidence to speak like that? Do you know the place where before time began? Does anybody know the place before time began? You should all know the place before time began. Don't ask the mind. The mind wants to go back billions of years in imagination and all this kind of stuff. You are the place before time began. You without you. In deep love and boundless joy, Jesse. Who can write like this except one who is living, who is the living life? Not living life, but who is the living life. No separation. Not someone living life, but you are life itself. We're discovering that a lot of ideas and adjectives were given to create this sense of separation and to limit my consciousness only to my body-mind functioning. Now I found it was malfunctioning. It is not the true. And now you're discovering, you see. Hmm? My life has been freed from the influence of mind and now is flowering as a result of guidance and support. That is tremendous for me to read, you know. Hmm? Because what greater sharing can you have with a human being? Not gossiping, not just merely going to watch a movie together or having a meal together. That is all fine and beautiful also. But to be able to say through our encounter, I'm freed from the influence of my psychological mind, and now my life is flowering in joy. And also write, same from before time began. Who do you hear speaking like that? Hmm? Who is speaking like that? Beloved Mooji, so much has developed inside me, and yet there's little to report. I am apart from you, and yet I know I am not apart at all. Life unfolds, moods come and go, bliss and joy come and go. Driving on the motorway, talking in the pub, in the middle of a grumpy mood, time stands still and I slip into the self. There is nowhere to go. It is here. And at the same time, there is nothing. It feels there is very little happening. No words can fathom this. Devoid of all roles, let me just be your daughter. Open to the arms of grace, blessing this life, for I have had your light shine upon me. I love you very much. Thank you for accepting this love that is boundless. Sitaram from Bristol. P.S. Looking forward to meeting you in London retreat. So much love, Om Shanti. Again, where are these things coming from? Hmm? Sometimes people talk and they said, oh, what do you think about this now, the turn of the millennium and this now big consciousness is shifting consciousness and all the beings? And say, oh, please. I don't know anything about it, okay? Leave me alone. I don't know nothing about it. This excitement, oh yes, and this big shift, and we're rising. I said, oh my God. Huh? But as a result of satsang, when I read some of the letters and clearly what seems to be arising from our own heart like that, I say, oh, this is very good. It's very good. Because even if 1 out of 1 million discover the real self, it is something. Hmm? And at the same time, I say, why not all? Because all are that. What stops it? Well, I don't know. Maybe our attachments to our psychological identity stop it. It perpetuates duality, perpetuate dreaming, which is fine because behind all of this show is not a human being, is the consciousness is doing. I put it like that. And yet, are you different from consciousness? No, you're consciousness. So you are doing. If you're only a person, I say you cannot do anything much. Doing but not doing. Changing things just by your perspective and orientation. Not that the things need in themselves to change. Altering the perception of this phenomenal world. So, dear Mooji, I have experienced the bliss of the true self before. I experienced it 3 months ago after feeling extremely depressed and feeling low self-worth. It came out of nowhere, and I laughed at myself and my problems. My mind tried to figure out what was going on, but I felt a distance from my thoughts. I wasn't too interested in thinking either. This bliss lasted for 3 hours. I was fearless and was only interested in the present, no past, no future. My mind tried to worry about losing this state, but like I said, I wasn't too interested in thinking about the future. The feeling started to fade and the mind started to get louder. I took a nap. When I woke up, the feeling was gone. I cried out of sorrow because I can't go back to the way things were before. I knew who I was, but not with words. Now I am back to the world of words and thoughts. It's not the same. I thought when you awaken to the truth, it would be permanent. Why did I go back to just being little old me? Why did I do wrong? Or what did I do wrong? How do I go back? I have to go back. Why did my fears and anxieties return? I did not know joy like that was possible. Please tell me what to do. Respectfully yours, Sammy. We have heard this letter, no? Before, you know? Yeah. What happened? You know, when we were in Zimar just a few days ago, in fact, I was relating the story, I believe then, of one of our friends, Dr. Manu, who is staying at Vashista Ashram in Himalayas. We go there. We were there. And he's beautiful, honest, seeker of truth. One day we were sitting just like this, and he told me, I know one man who was awake for 15 years or something. I hope you're watching, Manu, because maybe I got it wrong. Maybe it's not 15 years. Maybe it's 8 years. I don't remember. But it feels right now, it feels like 15. And after this time, he went back to his mind. I said, what? This is a horrible story, Manu. Why are you telling me this thing? This is a horrible story. I want to meet this man. I told him, I have to meet this person because this is not good news. Huh? Supposing people wake up and then after 3 years, they go back to, it's a terrible thing. Oh. So I said, no, it cannot be right. He was not awake. He had some awakening experiences, but it had not somehow been stabilized. He must have been holding on something. He had something in the back pocket. He had something he was holding on to. And that something started to grow legs in his pocket. And then after some time, somehow, it climbed up his back and back in the head or something. Because how else is it possible? It's a horrible story. It's a horrible story. Isn't it a horrible story? Because then you say, oh my God, I've only been awake for 3 hours. How can somebody be awake 15 years? I said, it was just ridiculous. I was not having any of that. Huh?
Did you meet that person?
No, I can't meet this. I don't know what happened. In fact, I don't know. Well, maybe I just wanted to forget it. I don't know. But he was supposed to come back on me on this one. I hope he's watching from Rishikesh. He was supposed to come back and maybe bring this person because I want to see him with everybody. I want to say, you are the guy? You were awake for 15 years? Fuck you! I don't know. Well, no, I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't do that. But just somehow. I say you set a very bad example. I don't know how it could be like this. And so, have I read this letter? This one? As feelings started to fade and my mind got louder. Yes, yes. I took a nap. When I woke up, the feeling was gone. Yeah, feeling was gone. When I woke up, the feeling was gone. What feeling? The self is not a feeling. The self is not a feeling. The self is not an event. If feeling is gone, let feelings go. They come and go anyway. That which witnesses the coming and going of even the subtlest thing, does that come and go? You have to find out. Do you wake up in the morning and then turn on the light of the self? No. So where is it going to go? Everything has come and go. Hmm? You met this man? At Vashista cave? Yes. Which man? The one who came back for 15 years, after 15 years? Yeah, you let him get away? You're supposed to bring him to me. Bring him to me. I want to interrogate him. You? How did you? I just don't accept it anyway. I didn't accept it. When I woke up, the feeling was gone. I cried out of sorrow because I can't go back to the way things were before. Maybe sometimes we have to taste the sense of losing, eh? Because the power of aspiring for something has to grow inside. Maybe if the awakening comes too easy, your mind takes and says, that was easy. And then somehow it becomes some strange thing. So maybe you taste it, and then somehow you have a sense of losing it. Then you get a chance to taste your old life again and think, oh no, I can't live, I don't want it. But before you were thinking, maybe I want. You see, so there is something that happens like that. One friend, she was walking in the market, and suddenly she said, there was no me. There was only walking. There was just this body walking in the market, and there was an awareness. Then fear came that, where am I? Well, where am I? Where am I? The fear that somehow she would not be able to go back to the body and be the person she was. And then immediately, oh, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. And then afterwards thinking, thank you for what? Thank you for what? I'm still just me. So sometimes this play has to go like that, no? I knew who I was, but not with words, yes. And now I'm back to the world of words and thoughts. It's not the same. I thought when you awaken to the truth, it would be permanent. Yeah. I thought when I awakened to the truth, it would be permanent. So even this that's the one that's come back. It's not just the mind, it's the identity who is thinking, I thought when I came to the truth, it would just be there, and I would just be able to just kind of work some miracles over there and sort of like disappear my bills and stuff like that. I don't know what you were thinking. And I don't want to, because this is something I feel a truly genuine experience. But we have to look at what happens here. What is it that happened? Because some of you will experience, if you have not experienced already, something like this happen. Because I have many stories of, and then everything was so beautiful, and I just think of something would happen, and this miracles, and then my mind came back and says, from where? Just it came back. And where did yourself go? I don't know. Just the mind came back, and that was enough. I said, it's very poor. Very poor. Because if it was truly loved and valued, this mind would stand no chance. It's like you have an old girlfriend, old boyfriend come, and they're always beating you up, stealing your things and stuff. Then you finish. You feel so free, so light. Then your life is beautiful. And then they come again. Bang, bang on the door. You open. It's them. Hi, darling. Can I come for a cup of tea? And then they come in. Poof, poof, poof. You think, why? So this is like the mind come back and you let it in. You let it in, no? And then you complain, oh no, it's all gone and stuff. So it's somehow a little bit like this is also there. And it maybe sound painful to hear it, but it cannot, the mind cannot come and just, look, I've got my own key to your house, basically. So I won't bother to knock. Just, no. It must, mind in this way can only live as a relationship. There must be something there. The mind must be somehow impacting upon something. What is this thing? It is what you are believing you are. The ego-centered mind cannot intimidate your pure self. It cannot do it. It can only frighten or intimidate your self-image or the idea you have of who you are. As I said, the idea you have of who you are is suffering from its own projections. It's a double ghost. The idea you have of who you are is suffering from its own projections. Think about it. Not too long, but think about it. Why did I go back to just being little old me? Yes, why did you do it? What did I do wrong? You started to think in terms of being a person again. That's what the I did. Start to go back, yeah, but how will I live if I stay like this? And something is there that brought back in this delusion. And it's not a big deal because you're still the one who realized all of this. But for the moment, you're still hypnotized by the mind is swinging something in front of you. Look at me. You see? And then you're thinking, oh yeah, what did I do wrong? And so on. So you're speaking from this mind. TikTok and your TikTok. So this is what happened. How did I go back? How I have to go back? To where? You are still the one who is here. But presently you're dreaming that the mind has got you. And why? Because you believe this dream. When you believe this dream, you believe it into reality, and then it becomes your experience, like everything else, no? Why did my fears and anxieties return? I did not know joy like that was possible. The joy before, when you are not the person, the joy is completely, immeasurable. There's so much joy, too much joy, too much love, too much, everything is too good. But maybe something doesn't want good. Wants a bit of spice, a bit of something. I don't know. Please tell me what to do. It's the mind that tells you what to do. I tell you, don't do anything, not for this. Keep quiet. Whatever comes and moves, don't identify with it. So that when it moves, you can just stay here. Suppose something comes and keeps showing you things. Look at this. And you go, that's nice. Look at that. Oh, whoa, that's really nice. Look at this. Oh, wow. Look at this. Oh, can I have 6 of these? Then you are engaged, isn't it? But supposing something is coming like that, and you kind of see, but you're not focused. What do you see? You see you're seeing. Isn't it? Yes. If you look at the object, you see the object. Wow. And so it's like something going tick-tock, tick-tock again. And you're gone. But supposing the thing is coming, and you're not doing that, you just stay here. What do you see? You see seeing. Thank you very much. When seeing is seen, letters like this will stop. when seeing is seen, letters of this nature will stop. Sami. Beloved Mooji, I know you since some years from YouTube and Mahadeva at MSB, and feel a strong wish and pull inside my heart to go to your retreat in November in London. And my wife told me, serious, that she will leave me and give up the job in our company. We are married since 28 years and are leading a training company together when I go to London retreat in November. Okay, I want to read this again. My wife told me, in brackets, serious, that she will leave me and give up the job in our company. And then in brackets here, we are married since 28 years and are leading a training company together, close bracket. So, she will leave me and give up the job in our company when I go to London retreat in November. You go to that retreat, I'm going to leave you and buy business, okay? She said, I will not be the same as before when I come back from London retreat and will no longer be able to lead our company responsibly. And she will leave me. Wow. Need a wise advice. With all my love, George. I know you since some years from YouTube and Mahadeva at Mooji Sangha Bhavan and feel strong wish and pull inside my heart to go to your retreat in November in London. And my wife told me, seriously, that she will leave me and give up the job in our company. Then he puts, we are married since 28 years and are leading a training company together. So she will leave me when I go to the London retreat in November. Why would she do this thing? She said, I will not be the same as before when I come back from the retreat, London retreat, and will no longer be able to lead our company responsibly, and she will leave me. Has she been to one retreat already? Because some people, they find that sometimes with the intensity of something, they're not able to carry on as before with some things. Now, if you are not carrying on with something as before, it means that something was not right before about it. You see, some people say, you know, since when I'm focused on the self, I just have no energy to do the things in the life I can't do. I said, but you are not the door. The life force is the door. Why are you taking up the life force's job? What's the life force going to do if you do? Can you live without the life force? You see? They say when I go into meditation and I do the inquiry, I don't feel to do anything at all. Are you doing anything? So once you know, but who is speaking, I do all these things. Once you see, it's mind again, you'll find that you can do the things you need to do. In Monte Sahaja, everybody there has to work. We're working to make a space that people can come and be. When we have retreat, we just had a retreat now in Zimar. So many people from the Sangha are coming, they're working full time. Not only working full time, but they are required to be in Satsang. Presently, not just to attend, but to be on the retreat also. We don't say, look, you're a professional camera person, No, you are on retreat. And sometimes we go away, and sometimes it's happened that my camera person Says, excuse me, Mooji, can I come and talk to you? I said, who's going to look after the camera? Somebody come and replace them so they can come up. Sometimes I've been in different countries where I'm giving satsang in Spanish or Italian or whatever, and my translator break down. The person translating says, excuse me, sorry. Then I've got to get a translator for the translator. I said, yes, this is satsang. Nobody's here and you are out of it. We're all in it. We look together. So sometimes people come and then they say, oh, I can't function after. And we have a space for that. It's okay, a little bit, we give a little space because there is a changing over of power from person to presence. So sometimes people kind of forget, how to function. Something is start to function funny. No? Some common, they come to, I was saying in the retreat, how somebody came to the retreat in London and leave in the winter, leave their shoes in the hall. I said, but go barefoot on the bus or something. I don't know what happened. But I understand the state that this happened. But does that mean, you better stop coming to satsang because you might lose some shoes? Or, you don't want people to see you like this or something? So sometimes a few things happen, people forget their name or your date of birth or something. But these are not bad things. For a little bit, no? He may not be able to run company when he come back. Because he's become universal, more universal. Then wife says, I don't get married to universal rest of man. But I had a case of one man, he was like that. He was very attracted to satsang. Both he and his girlfriend at the time, they used to come to satsang. And very close in satsang. Yoga teachers. And then what happened was that the girlfriend became pregnant and some very, very strong feelings come up for her. She started to tell him, she became very, very jealous. I don't want you to go to satsang anymore. I don't want you to go there anymore. Because she felt that if he goes to satsang, he won't be a responsible father. If he goes to satsang, she may have to be on her own with a child and all this type of stuff. So she banned him and she took all my pictures, she tore up all my pictures, all Ramana pictures. She said, I want anything more to do with satsang. One day, he told her, I need to go and see Mooji. She says, if you go to Mooji, you're going to be very sorry. From Bristol he came to London. He came to London. We were walking one time in Curry's, big supermarket, big marketplace, and he got a telephone call, and he became blue. He looks like you became blue. I said, oh my God, what happened? His arm looked blue and his lips looks purple. I said, what happened? His girlfriend phoned him. She says, I told you not to do it. And they have this Japanese sword, which they keep like some kind of thing. I don't know what they have it. She says, I have just cut my wrists, both my wrists now, and I'm sitting here until I die, and it's your fault. She said like this. And he was panicking. What am I going to do? I said, she would do that? He says, I don't know, I think so, she would do. So I said, why don't you call in your town and tell the fire brigade and the police to go there. Like that. Then he called. Then he left London quick. I said, just be calm. No? He left and he drove to go to Bristol. No? When he arrived there, the ambulance was outside his house. Police, they came to him. They said to him, don't waste our time. Don't waste our time, sir. We have important things to do. She had not done anything at all. Sitting in the room laughing. What kind of person you become, isn't it? Sometimes people are threatened. It sometimes can be your family, it can be your partner. Something feels threatened because the idea they have of who you are, it maybe is threatened by something. And then you are what going to do? You're going to try and live to fulfill someone else's expectation of you or projection of you. So this is what happens sometimes. You cannot please everybody. If you feel in your heart this is something that is true, of course you must care for your family. I don't feel, how can you choose what is truth and what is true? You see, and it turns out everything went wrong for you. I don't accept it. If you do what is right inside your heart, it cannot turn out to be wrong for somebody else. Oh, they may go, oh, you did it. But still, in the big picture, it is good, it's fine. But you must trust that. You see? And so, if your wife tells you, she said, I will not be the same as before when I come back from the London retreat and will no longer be able to lead our company responsibly, and she will leave me. So this is a test of life and test of consciousness, and we have to be tested. You have to be tested, because we say many things in our cappuccino moment. Well, I will be like this, but in the real moment, we see, are you true or not? Yeah. So this is life, and all of it is good. So need a wise advice. You just had one? No. Just give you that one. You're too tired? Want one or two more? Sri Mooji, thank you for your guidance. The joy that I feel in my heart, I cannot describe. And I don't need to. Just being is enough. I feel very near to you, although the geographic distance is very long. My being is filled with grace and gratitude to you and everyone else. This grace is with me all the time, and even though I sometimes turn away from it and forget, it is right there when I get my attention back where it is supposed to be. And I realize that this grace actually never leaves or fades. I like that. My life is not a struggle anymore, as I once believed it to be. I just follow wherever it takes me, and this brings me great peace. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I love you. Johan. Johan write this letter. I like it because it reminds me of my own master, Papaji. He said something to do with the life. He says, what do you do in your day when you get up, Papaji? How do you live your day? He says, if I get up sometime, if I see my shoes walking outside, I just get inside them and I just go outside. This is very good. Yeah? Isn't it nice, Okay, broadcast. Dearest Mooji, thank God for the manifestation of you and the message you bring so clearly and directly, and for the opportunity to join this retreat online from home. The deeper this journey is dissolving and merging, the feeling sense arise of wanting to live nearer to you and be in your presence more. Yet, when the emptiness, nothingness space of true self is, then there is no desire for anything at all, nor the wanting to live near you. Everything vanish. Lovely. Beautiful. This means desire to live near you and be around you is from the person, isn't it? Yes. So why it keep coming, and why so many people feel this way? Well, of course, if you are going to go anywhere on the planet, you're going to go to the place that reminds you most of you. The place and the person who loves you, and the people whose only interest is in your freedom. Even interest, I don't know if this is the right word, but they support your freedom. In the days of Sri Ramana Maharshi in Ramana Ashram in Tiruvannamalai, I'm sure many of, or a number of Ramana's devotees woke up, but they still spend the rest of their life near him. Why? They could have gone off, but something kept them there. Some of them, they said, we don't know why, we just feel that we have to be here. Others, they leave and they go, each according to his destiny. They don't mind. Whether they stay or go, they don't mind. But some go, some stay. It doesn't matter. And the Maharshi did not express any particular view. Some people, he even sent them away. So you go a little bit and go. You see? How is living near one's master helpful to the true self if true self needs nothing and is nothing? Does it only benefit the person to live near one's master? You cannot calculate. Never feel, okay, I've done everything. Better you keep quiet. And never think that you are without arrogance. All of us are arrogant. You see? So don't say things, big things. Yes, I've done it. No, I don't need anything at all. So who is saying this? Is it the self? Does the self need to say, I've done it. I don't need to go and see anybody. So better you keep quiet. And just, if you see your shoes going down the road, you get in down the road. Isn't it? But somehow I like also this letter because you don't have to cling to anybody. You are free to go, And also, I don't have so much space around me. There's good people come and go. It's good come and go. And when I was in Tuscany, one friend, Sanya's friend, he was saying to people, happy to see you come, happy to see you go. I said, I like it. That's very good. There's no need to stay and also to be stuck staying. It's fine. Love and gratitude from deep in my heart. Blessings to you, dear one. Sharmila. That's very nice. So I like that this question, this letter. My name is Sudhir, and I am from India. From my childhood, I have felt only two things. One is the total disconnect from life, a sense of what I see or do is not what it actually appears to be. Second is extreme fear. For reasons I am not able to understand, I suffer from extreme irrational fear of anything and everything. As can be seen, these two things together have created havoc in my life. Although I have good education, I have totally messed up life due to the simple fact of not wanting to achieve anything in life, since I have an inbuilt doubt about life. I have been doing meditations from early childhood, which again seems to be an influence from past lives, since no one is very religious in my house. I am 46 years old, and all these years' meditations seem to have had no effect either in clearing doubts about life or about my fears. I have been inspired by the teachings of Ramana Maharshi, and for past many years I've been meditating on the feeling of I-ness, though without much effect. In January this year, my elder daughter, who, like me, suffered from this irrational feeling of extreme fear, committed suicide. I have been devastated and further confused by the events. I would really like to know the meaning of this life. Can you provide some guidance, Sudhir? You see, nobody can know the meaning of the life. The life doesn't have any meaning by itself, like this. What is life? Is it the flowers and the trees and the sunset and the sky and the river and the city and the car and the house and the people? Is that what life is? That's not what life is. The raw material life, which is unfolding just like this, it doesn't unfold with any morals. Yet human beings, they are somehow, we are full of morality and judgments and fears and so on. So what is life? Is it just the stars and the moon and the sea and the people? Is that what life is? Hmm? That's not the life that we experience. We experience a life of emotions and sentimentality and attachments and projections and desires and identity. This is what spices up life and makes it, each one, in each body, a private movie making functioning is operating. And everybody in each body, a private world is created, and a world that cannot be shared really. Just like when you go to bed and you sleep, you have a dream, you cannot bring anybody from the waking state into your dream with you. Even if one you love, darling, step inside, go. Let's go for a walk in my dream world. You cannot do it. You cannot share your dream. You can talk about it, but you cannot share it with the same experience. And it is the same with the waking state. You cannot share. Your world is very unique, very private, very personal, very object. No two people are sharing the same world. We cross over in this matrix of, sort of personalized projections and identities. If you want to understand life, come out of life. You have to be the cow that jumped over the moon. You have to jump out of your mind. We have very much what I call an earth mind. It means all the human beings, we are functioning in the paradigm of the earth mind. All our life is just about our terrestrial existence, where your children are going to go to school, can you get promoted, what is your next job, which place you're going to live, are you going to sell the house, how many mortgage you can get. This is a human story. And even within the traditions of religions and spirituality, seems pretty much to be in this earth mind. And yet the consciousness is not limited to the earth mind. The consciousness is vast to the extent that all the universes somehow are perceived in it. Who is to understand? What a human being does not have to understand life. You must find out who you are. What is it that lives in here? When you know who is here, you will know who is in each of these bodies. You will know life in a different way, not as a scholar, not as a researcher, but as a living spirit and being. You will know it like that. You will be alive, and you'll be life itself, you see. So don't waste time trying to work out what is the meaning of life. The meaning of life differs from person to person. It will not help you. One person say one thing, another person says another. Which will be the true? Neither and both. You see, you have to find out who you are. You have to also find out that all these irrational fears and all of that is just for your psychological mind and not you. And you must know the difference between yourself and your mind. It is you who are looking at your mind, not your mind looking at you. The mind is not sentient. Mind itself is an object somehow, posing as a kind of subject, but only with the true subject's permission. Like I'm looking at my hand is not looking at me. I am looking at this life. I am looking at this body. This body is not looking at me. You are the seer. And all that you see are the objects of perception. But in each sentient object, a living being is also looking, in whose view you are yourself an object in their view. How are we gonna consolidate all of this? And so for someone, you have to come to satsang. It's not enough to go through all these things and just words. Something. And if you listen, maybe in someone else's letter, may have the answer to the question you're asking. If you listen smartly, you may pick up, my God, I had not seen like this before. And the nature of the truth is that it can completely destroy many, many, many years of ignorance. Whack! In one step. Gone like that. But if you cling to your conditioning and your person, you may go on for many, many more years dreaming a life of stupidities. You see. Dearest beloved Master Mooji, I have been an avid follower of your Sunday satsangs and other broadcasts for the past year or so. Simply listening and being open puts me in a calm and peaceful state. I have a sense of knowingness, and in bracket, not sure if this is a real word, but I really know what you are saying and believe your messages. And I see people expressing their experiences, and it makes me yearn to be in your presence. I wish I could feel what they feel, what they are experiencing. I don't know what is holding me or blocking me from getting deeper experience, but I suspect I need more grace. You say that there is grace in every moment. Why can't I seem to catch it then? I pray for this grace each day sincerely and hope that it can remove whatever is blocking me from being my true self. Actually, nothing is blocking you. Nothing is blocking you. Except perhaps the idea that something is blocking you, really believed in. Something is blocking you if I'm trying to get to this door and you put a big thing across and say, well, this wall is blocking me. Why? Because I'm trying to go through there and you've sealed off my opportunity. But where I'm trying to get to is myself. What can block me? And how much distance am I from myself to get there? We have never really looked into it. And so something which is a little bit absurd becomes real. Simply because we believe we are our mind and body. Then all this comes to play. I don't know what is holding me or blocking me from getting deeper experience, but I suspect I need more grace. So I hope I do not come across as a victim, as I do try to make the effort to make no effort. I make effort to make no effort. I'm making an effort to make no effort. You're making effort. If I say make no effort, then what happens? You start to try to make no effort. Then you create a doing out of non-doing. It's like someone say, act naturally. How you act naturally. The very thought creates something that is contrived in you. Because acting and natural is not the same thing. I pray for this grace each day sincerely and hope that it can remove whatever is blocking me from my being, from being my true self. I hope I do not come across as a victim, as I do try to make the effort to make no effort. I understand what you're trying to say. I want to humbly surrender as I don't know what else there is to do. One thing I do know is that I think of you, of the things you say, your tips, and I feel a lot of love in my heart for you. With much gratitude and love, Lena. If people are experiencing some state, if you watch Satsang and you see people experiencing some state, or you may imagine, because you don't know what the people are experiencing. Maybe they're experiencing the absence of experiencing. Because how you know what they're experiencing? How you know what someone is thinking? So maybe someone is just looking because for once they are not experiencing anything and they're so happy. And that's what they're experiencing. But you think that they're kind of going on some cosmic bubble and you don't know what is being experienced. You don't know. But sometimes people express and they explain. Sometimes people also, they are in some, so what's wrong? Nothing. So it's so unpredictable. Sometimes the outer behavior, what's wrong? Nothing. Why are you breathing like this? I don't know. What do you want? Nothing. So like this. What I point to is very simple. No? It needs no tools. It needs no special place to practice, in fact. But for this very reason why it is so simple, it is conceived in the mind to be very difficult. Because the mind wants to do it. And it is not something for the mind to do. It is already done. We can't accept this. So we have to create a technique to do what you cannot do. Ta-da! Ta-dam, ta-dam, ta-dam. Beloved Guruji, by grace I am able to attend this satsang online. Om Namah Shivaya. On my knees with my head at your beloved feet. Master, heart to my heart, I say I love you does not do this love justice. Father, by grace, I do not exist, only you. All is you. I only dream a me. Nothing is happening, nothing ever happens unless I believe it is happening. But even then, it is still nothing. See, this is understanding for me. Sometimes the understanding that happens in the heart, the world will call foolish. Nothing, 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 unless it is thought to be something. O Lord, I am yours. Burn me in your holy white fire. Let nothing remain. Rid me of ego, that only you remain. Eradicate all arrogance and specialness. No understanding or knowledge of you, no belief in you, no experience of you, only you. Father, by your grace, let this life be evidence of your truth. In infinite gratitude, your Jayani. Our Jayani. Yes. Someone writes like this. What is actually happening is that you are having an insight into their own being. Insight into their own being. Because it's in their own being, the maturity and the depth of their own being, that they speak, but they say, oh, it's me. It's you. It is you. Yeah? And you're only trying to hide your own greatness, which I like. It's good. You can blame me if you want. Dear respected Mooji, I bow at your feet with deepest respect and love. I came to know you just a couple months back through internet. I believe it was meant to be. More I hear you speaking, the more opening is happening. Lots of pus is coming out, and my heart says, yes, this is where I belong. Nice, isn't it? Don't be saying, oh, pus. Ooh, yeah, it is pus. Or puss. Now I know that I was not crazy. All those questions I had for years were valid, but no one else had those questions in my circle. I didn't mean It didn't mean I was crazy. You verified that. I knew there is something more to life. This is not all, and I always had longing for that unknown. Mooji, thank you for showing me the path. Mooji, I don't know what to do anymore. I have no interest in anything. I just want to sit quietly, left alone, and tears flow endlessly when I do that. My mind is trying to trick me that I am ignoring things or being lazy, but that is not true. There is so much going on, but I know it's all mind's trick. I can type forever to explain the mind game, but that is not what I am writing for. I just need help. Please lift me up. There is no turning back now. Please give me enough strength to be home. That's where I belong. Much love and big hug, Mooji. Thank you for being you. Much love and endless gratitude to the whole team for connecting us to you. Rajwinder. That is very nice. Everything is coming. Everything comes. Everything comes. From the beginning of the existence of the phenomenal world, everything has been provided. Everything has been coming. Everything has been coming. I've got two more. Should we leave it like this or we go? My dear Mooji, although I have written to you before, I felt the urge to share this with you and with everybody else around you. Before sitting down and writing this letter, I observed this urge and have come to see that it is not seeking attention or anything like that. It comes from the heart, and maybe it will help somebody to open their heart as well. I remember you saying that only the mind goes on a journey so it can find out what the heart has always known. This has resonated very deeply in me, and it has forced the one who was journeying to crumble, because I asked, who is really trying to be free and to get rid of the mind and to find peace? Who wants all these things when there is nothing to be found? And yet in that nothingness I have found joy and love and everything, the most beautiful mystery. But in the beginning it was not like this. The psychological mind was strong, and it created many barriers and obstacles. It took the shape of voices, negative feelings, pain, anxiety, and so on. But once the heart was open, there was no going back. And gradually, all the things that were not me broke down and lost their power. Even the mind that has troubled me has become a friend and serves me well in many practical things. Again, I am very grateful to you, Mooji, and to all the people who make satsangs available on the internet. I love you all as I love myself, and hope to visit you soon. Danilo from Serbia. This beautiful letter, no? It was, if anything I catch, is trying to remind that you don't give up, he's saying, no? Because in the beginning I had a lot of doubt, a lot of things, but I persevering, and then after a while it broke the resistance of the mind, could not take it, it could not keep up its trickery, and it collapsed, you see. And it's like somehow if you want to give it this kind of drama that the mind is trying to get you, the psychological mind is a bit like the devil really. It's trying to keep your mind always fixed on mundane existence, and so you end up after 80 years you're still just kind of picking fights with your friends if you have any left by then, and complaining about life, and miss this beautiful opportunity to awaken to your eternal and divine self. That's the game, that's the theater of consciousness, in fact, and it plays every role In every contrast, every color is there. Every opposite's there. Every contrast, every extreme can be there. Because it is consciousness. And at the same time, it can transcend its own projections. How will it do it if not through you? The human kingdom and beings, they have a tremendous role on this earth somehow. Because unlike most species, we can have satsang. If you are some rabbit or something, you're not going to have satsangs. You don't see the rabbits having satsangs out in the field and having satsang. Or even the birds. People may say, well, how do you know? It's pretty unlikely, actually. But you can sit, we can sit, in fact. And we can talk about these things and connect. Even so vast is our the differences in language and the different conditioning. We are all sitting together in the same room, understanding the same subject. Why? Because it's about the heart, about who we are, our heart truth. Transcends every category, every barrier, every conditioning and so on, every limitation. Last one. Dear Mooji, I first came across you on the internet through a random search for something else I don't recall exactly. Since then, I've been watching your YouTube videos. I understand mentally, with the intellectual mind, what you want us to realize. But I cannot go beyond the intellect to be what I truly am. Each inquiry generates a concept, a picture, a feeling. This is how my mind projects answers to my questions. Without imagination, it seems to be difficult. It is like imagination is always there to answer each inquiry. But I promise you that I will keep trying effortlessly to realize what you are pointing to, us all too. But even if this, I ask now, without imagination, it seems, it is like imagination is always there to answer each inquiry. But don't you see that also? You can see that something jumps in and start to create all this stuff. So if you're quiet and you see that, you see, but wait a minute, but that is also just a thought. Whatever movement is just seen. It's the most natural thing. In some way, I'm waiting for the one who goes, Mooji, it is so simple. Come on, man. I've been saying, I'm telling you, it's simple, huh? At this time in my life, things and circumstances are hard. My mind is weak and submits easily to defeat. With good education, I'm finding it very difficult to even provide for my family. Every job I have, I lose and go in search of another. I don't know what I'm doing wrong, or is this my karma, Mooji? Some people have one job all their life. 40, 50 years, they're the same job. And they love it. Another one has 18 jobs in a year. What's the problem with that? If you're not depressed. If you're not depressed, you're fine. In London, I counted, I think, nearly 35 addresses I've lived. And yet it all seemed like it was quite smooth and easy. It's time to leave. So you cannot make standards about life. Sometimes you're working and working, you're looking for something, but none of the things are it. But at least you're experiencing through your own life that it's not this and it's not that. And maybe it's not any particular job or something. Maybe you're looking for satisfaction in a job and it's not going to come through job in this way. Job maybe to do something else. We cannot say. But whatever it is, you stay in your heart and don't judge yourself. And you're going to see that your life is miraculous. That's what I say. If you get to your mind, it's going to tell you, loser, How many jobs you've done? Oh my God, you're a hopeless case and stuff like this, no? But you see, but if you don't listen, you say, you know what? It was good, you know. I had that job for 2 days. At least I know I don't want to do that job. Huh? I must admit to you that at this point in my life, I'm searching for the truth to better my life and the lives of my family and also the lives of all those who need me. Unless and until I'm satisfied that all those I love are secured, the search for truth shall be to this end. Is it possible, Mooji? What should I do? Please advise me. Lots of love. Aman. Maybe you provide for all your family and they're still not happy, you know? Does anybody know this type of thing? You can provide for your family, give them everything, all the things and stuff, and in the end they still, yeah, but you're never here. So how can I be here? I'm working to try and get you the stuff you want. Yeah, but I miss you. Like, you never get it right. If you try too hard to please, you never get it right. You be pleased in your heart. It is not selfish. You be pleased, not by, oh, I please me. No, you be happy in your heart. If happy means you serve everyone else, then that's happy. It's fine. If happy means that you follow your path, and but I would not say follow your path blindly and don't shut everything out. No, you don't have to shut everything out. Sometimes you have to shut some things out for a while. You know, who can make a standard about life? I say, forget it. I don't want to tell anybody what to do. If you simply, in your heart, you say, I'm searching for the truth, please guide my steps. You know, just be honest. Even if you say, you know, as I used to, oh God, listen, don't test me because you know I will fail, okay? So just do the business. That was my attitude. And it worked. You know, for some time. And still I found myself in India. I think this is what happened. I think the gods say, I'm going to give a good example. I'm going to make this guy called Mooji, let him go, because then they won't have any excuse. Huh? What is this? Come, let me sit there. Let me look at it. Is it a jingle? Thank you. You might have to tear the paper. Okay. You wrapped it?
There's a letter behind.
Okay. Ah, Lucia. Oh, that's wonderful. Yeah, yes. Wow, she made this. She never painted before. But that is amazing. Can you imagine? She never painted before. She made something like this. And actually, it happened. This is beautiful, isn't it? It's happened before like that. You know, one woman from Spain. I remember also. She had never painted, never done anything. But after I had one little ceremony, actually I gave her a name actually, and then suddenly she started to paint, and she made many beautiful paintings. She's Nitya from Spain, And so look at this. But I don't believe she hasn't painted before. She's painted, no? She's never been trained. Wow. I look very handsome here, though. That's amazing. It's very good, isn't it?
It's also in the envelope, there's a little blue envelope tucked behind.
Oh, I looked at that. I was wondering.
It's made 40 videos of you and your plates.
Oh, all the time, please. It's amazing. Huh? Ta-da! It's a USB key. Ta-da! Lucia. That's very good. What you say now, beloved Father. My love for you is so deep, no word could ever possibly express what I am feeling. When I listen to you speak, it feels like it is the voice of my own heart speaking to me. When I look at you, I can feel the essence of love and truth emanating from your very being. And it is so, let's say, powerful that it touches the very core of my being. I have been waiting for you all my life, and you have come to call me home. Each word that you speak, my heart can hear with such clarity, and in this deep understanding, floods of tears come. I have cried so many tears of the sweetest joy, for you have shown me the way back to my own self. Beloved Father, painting you has been my greatest joy. I have not been trained to paint, but I prayed to God to help me to paint you well. And I can say to you that I felt a force was working through me and immense love was felt. My hands were being guided by my heart. This painting of you is the most treasured thing I have, and because of this very reason, I wish to give it to you. I hope you like it. From the very first moment I felt you in my heart, my greatest wish has been to one day be in your presence. I pray that God will find a way to make this happen. Yes, I love you so much, Mooji. I feel you closer to me than my own breath. Thank you so much, Lucia. P.S. I have put 40 of my own videos of you on USB for you to keep. That's very nice, isn't it? Huh? What makes people write these things? It is love. It is love, in fact, because what is all of this life if there's no love? Isn't it? Even love makes the truth come alive. For without it, if it's only teachings, they can be just dry. The love is like the pulse of existence. It makes all things beautiful. And when you are reminded, if anybody remind you, you are your self-love. Not only are you loved, you are your self-love. Then how will you ever fall? How will you ever feel, sort of abandoned? Not at all. So if there is some pleasure in this, it is my own pleasure, to remind you of what you can never be separate from, what we only imagine that we've lost, so that we can have the full measure of joy again in the knowing that we are timeless timeless. Is there something more that you can discover greater than that? This body may go, will go at some point. It had a beginning. And our thoughts, they go every day, they come and go. But something does not come and go. Something does not come and go. If there wasn't for this, then you could say this life is a cruel joke. If it wasn't for this eternal light, this eternal flame, then this life would really be a really sad story. If it all ends in the earth, if it ends in the fireplace, if it ends in the belly of worms, then it would be a very sad thing. But I call you to that, to find that out while the body is warm, to find that which is imperishable. So that not to wait only until this body fall, but while it still has the strength and the vital force to walk on this planet, that it carries the light of God. See, the people like this also, they are making out of their own love all these YouTubes and posting them so that hundreds, thousands of people can also enjoy and be inspired by the things that touch them. This is beautiful. That's really love in the service of self-discovery, the truth. You see? So I can only say, I love you. I love you. Yeah? You have something there? What you got there?
When I heard you say on Satsang that you have made a little Jamaica, I want to bring you something Jamaican. And then I went over and I thought, I'm being like you. It's not going to be able to use this in a beautiful place. However,
Okay.
this is, I would like you to use this.
Yeah, let me have a take a look.
Irish linen and embroidered tablecloth in your room. And I thought, you can hang this on part of the tree branches or
Oh, she's from Jamaica also. So she brought me some
Jamaicans.
Rasta vibration. Rastaman vibration. She brought Rastaman vibration. Look, see.
And well, I don't have a love note in it because it's wordless.
You are the love note.
It's
No?
wordless. And I would like to send you some callaloo seeds.
Some callaloo seeds. She wants to send me some callaloo.
I figured that you would love that.
I would like it very much.
And Scotch bonnet pepper seeds.
Scotch bonnet. Ooh.
Is that too much?
No. It's very good. It's very good. I like spicy food. My doctor says stay away from that. But,
then I need to follow his instructions.
There's
There's no pepper like Scotch bonnet pepper.
I know, no. Actually, it's true.
that.
It's true because
We know that.
I mean, we're not. I'm advised don't eat chilies, and I know it brings a lot of acid reflux. I experienced this a lot, but we have our own pepper from Jamaica. We call it Scotch bonnet. It looks like Chinese lanterns, like this. But whew,
It's very flavorful.
it's very flavorful also. Very serious stuff. No acid from it. No acid reflux, and very nice.
And the callaloo.
The callaloo is a bit like spinach, and we make it callaloo with sometimes they make with bacalhau because a lot of things in Caribbean, in our country, in Jamaica, for instance, our national dish, is bacalhau with some, we don't call it bacalhau, we call it saltfish, and it's their national dish here too.
Really?
Yes. But not with salt, not with the aki. We don't have to
I,
have
ha-
something.
I had it at Zima, the
Yes, yes,
codfish.
yes, yes, yeah,
I
yeah.
took 3 helpings
You took 3 helpings.
of the codfish. I would love to.
You remember this song in Jamaica? Mosquito 1, Mosquito
Mosquito
2, Mosquito jump in a hot color.
Hallelujah.
Oh, yeah,
I would love to take a picture with you.
She wants to take a
My
picture with me.
conscious-
Anybody's got, come and take if you want to take a picture. Bless you.
Another one just in case.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. And just before we go, I just want to say also we had many letters that came from all the Romanian Sangha. You are there. And sent many letters. I'm just reading them now, full of love and so what to do. It's all so beautiful. And so I'm reading every one of them. Kabir brought them, no? So I'm enjoying very much this you send so many this beautiful package. Very nice.
I just wanted to say that my husband said to me, how are you going to feel when you see Mooji really in person? I said, I don't know. I really don't know.
Of course you don't know.
I was blank slate.
Yeah.
But when I saw you, I said, something is familiar. There's nothing new. And then the second day I said, I know what it is. There is this thing in Mooji that is my best friend. That's consciousness. I love, and I said, that's it. That consciousness.
Okay, very good. Very good. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Very good. Do we have somebody to play something before we go? Yes, very nice. Everybody good, TK? Good, good. Very good. Oh, what is this now?
Some Greek olives.
Oh, Greek olives
Yeah.
from Greece.
Sorry, your doctor will allow you.
Oh, yeah. I'll try one right now.
Kalamata.
Effortless.
Bless you. Thank you.
Very nice. Just the way I like. Salty and they won't last very long. There's 2 types. I'll just have to keep going under that.
If it's not a life of things that you want,
Very beautiful, very beautiful. Thank you.